guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Xenosaga Episode 3. Last time, we got delivered the horrible news that KOS-MOS is going to be scrapped. This time, let's see if Alan can survive attempting to tell Shion that this is the case.
There's no way I can tell her that KOS-MOS has been slated for disposal.
No, that's not going to end well. Not at all.
It's dangerous to get lost in thought while walking.
Just like it's dangerous to text and walk, apparently. If you've seen some of the clips that have shown up on like news feeds of people trying to walk downstairs and forgot that they were texting and forgot where they were going.
Oh, committee member Mizrahi, can I do something for you?
Sounds like she's trying to help you.
Can I speak to you for a moment, Chief Ridgely?
Sure. What is it?
I want you to get in touch with Shion soon. Do you know her personal contact information?
Of course.
That's no problem. But what's going on?
They've decided to dispose of KOS-MOS, correct? I need to speak to her about that. I'd like you to come along as well, of course.
Now, if you recall last time, Kanan had a plan for getting the Elsa out. This plan involved KOS-MOS. Let's see where this goes.
Oh, that's right. Of course you'd know about that.
She's on the committee that voted on the whole situation.
I was just trying to figure out how I'm going to tell her about KOS-MOS.
Relax.
With words?
I won't let them dispose of KOS-MOS. That's what we're going to talk about.
Awesome.
Huh?
I like this plan already. I don't need details. Just the plan is don't let KOS-MOS be scrapped.
I watched that footage. It's certainly astonishing.
It would have been.
So, did you find out anything?
We did some research on Telos, but we found no relevant information in any database.
Yeah, that footage they're talking about is the one that Shion recorded with her recording glasses, which were pretty badass.
Everything from its official project proposal to the budget is a complete blank.
Why wouldn't there be more information?
What about his supporters? Did he erase everything about him in order to preserve secrecy?
No records ever existed in the first place.
How
is
does
that
that
possible?
work?
It's being used by the military.
Beats me, but that's the truth. But you know, if he's clean on the surface, he's probably dirty as hell deep down.
Sounds pretty familiar. And considering we've looked into them, Yuli's looked into them, and the Ormus fleet has looked into them as well. No one seems to know who this guy is or where he got funding for Telos.
Hey, is it possible to transfer KOS-MOS directly through the UMN?
That would be interesting.
No. All advanced AI devices, including KOS-MOS, need a UMN tube for transport. Basically, they have to go through the hyperspace or it will damage their functions. In other words, some sort of ship is necessary when moving one. Why do you ask?
Well, about a week ago, a Dominic transport ship affiliated with the Hyams company.
Hyams, if you remember from episode 2, this was the company that was led by Heinlein, who was, of course, a cardinal of Ormus, and he had a lot of the money behind what happened I was going to say 14 years ago, but this is a year since the previous game, so it's now 15 years ago, and the Miltian conflict.
Docked at 5th Jerusalem's 47th port. When I checked its cargo records, I found something interesting.
Oh?
At the time of docking, the port's mass detectors recorded a total mass of 3,751 tons. But at the time it left port, it was 3,750.79 tons. The Dominic has a regular crew of 3. This weight difference wasn't caused by people. In other words, these records show that something must have been taken off the ship. Normally, any cargo unloaded into the container terminal, even if it's a government secret, has some sort of record registered. But this time...
There was no record.
Nothing.
Right. What's the mass of the bare minimum equipment required to maintain KOS-MOS?
It depends on the type of frame she's using, but probably around 200 kilograms.
That may be
There
the
we
piece,
go.
assuming it wasn't constructed on 5th Jerusalem.
True enough.
Then Ormus is involved in Telos' development? But why would they do that?
And how?
Who knows? But it's disturbingly obvious. They may be deliberately drawing attention to it to cover up something else.
What's up? Hey,
Hello.
you guys already started. You could have invited me, you know.
You haven't missed a thing. By the way, have you already taken care of what I asked for?
You betcha.
Shion, we've pretty much finished researching your father. There are some things in life one is better off not knowing. Do you still want to know?
Yes, I have to know the truth.
Well, considering that introduction, it's probably not the truth you want to hear.
This record is in regards to the UTIC organization 15 years ago.
The Federal Advanced Technology Special Inspection Bureau. That's the name of the government office that was observing UTIC at the time.
Yes. And the person who was appointed to Milsha as the Federation government's inspector was...
I was right, wasn't I?
Yes. It's just like you said.
Dad was the UTIC organization inspector.
What exactly does that mean,
He must
though?
have had some kind of contact with Professor Mizrahi.
Shion.
But that doesn't mean he conspired with Professor Mizrahi and summoned the Gnosis.
Not necessarily.
This sort of thing happens all the time, you know? An incompetent government bureaucrat fails to stop a crisis and it turns into a catastrophe.
What?
What kind of example is that?
A horrible one?
I mean...
It's okay, don't worry about it. I suspected it all along. Even if he was just an incompetent bureaucrat, like you said, he's still guilty of standing by and letting something like that happen. I finally know why Jin doesn't like the idea of me getting involved as well. I feel better now that I don't have to wonder anymore.
Shion.
That's right. I suspected it all along. That's why
Another call?
It's from Alan.
I'll take it over here.
What?
Shion!
Hello. Huh? Chief, what's wrong?
Shion!
Chief, are you all right? Chief!
That was out of nowhere. And considering the fact that Alan kind of turned on the view screen just to see her collapse, it's not surprising that he's over here already.
Are you all right, Chief? You scared me. You collapsed right as the connection went through.
You came to check on me?
Well, I was the
course.
closest.
I see.
That's not
Of course,
the answer she
even
was
if we
looking
were
for.
a million light years apart, I'd still be here in a flash.
That's the one she wants to hear.
Want something to drink? I had an MC here a few minutes ago, but he said it was probably overexertion.
Some kind of medical officer. I don't think they ever really explain.
Have you been pushing yourself lately?
Always.
Yeah, I'm sorry for worrying you.
She's been pushing herself for, well, over 2 games now, starting into a 3rd one.
Wait, you need to stay in bed.
And that doesn't include any of the side games which she usually has a part in. Considering a missing year was a full year of her doing stuff, yeah, she's probably been exhausted for quite some time.
I'm fine now. A lot happened today. I'm sure that's the reason.
Chief, I, have a message for you from committee member Mizrahi.
From Yuli?
Yes, she says she wants to talk to you, so she'd like to meet with you on the Durandal tomorrow. But if you're not feeling well, I'll ask her to postpone it.
You worry too much. I'm fine now. Oh, but tomorrow we were...
Oh,
it's okay.
right, they had
Talking
a date.
with member Mizrahi is much more important. Don't worry about canceling our plans. We don't have time to be going out to eat dinner.
Alan, let's go out for a bit.
What?
Right now.
Sure, if you like. That's fine with me.
And with that, we get a little bit of an we get a database update, which I don't care about. But more importantly, we get to go out with Alan now, as opposed to the dinner plans that I'm sure he made reservations for later on tomorrow. But I think we're kind of like in the middle of the night or early in the morning or something like that. But apparently things are open.
It feels good out here. I love the night air.
No doubt.
Yes, this area is under environmental protection, so there's a lot of trees and plants.
I'm sorry about our dinner plans for tomorrow. I didn't mean to substitute it like this.
Please don't worry about it. The location wasn't important to me. Anyway, this kind of atmosphere is much more valuable.
Atmosphere?
Oh, nothing. Just talking to myself.
Someone's got to listen to you, and no one else in this game seems to.
Ow, hi.
And of course, he managed to spill food all over himself because he's bright.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. We almost wasted a magnificent dinner.
Magnificent? It's just prosciutto.
Come on, a single thought can change the world. Even fast food can become an elegant dinner.
Especially in this kind of atmosphere.
Oh,
Huh?
I just had déjà vu.
Oh?
Kevin used to like eating outside too.
Ouch! Poor Alan. Oh, poor Alan.
Did you eat together with him a lot?
Yeah. I was new, so he always treated me.
Did you do that for Alan a lot?
Okay.
Well, I guess her and Alan were probably both new around the same time. Never mind. What are you doing, Kanan? Are you getting work done while
How long
everyone
do you
else is
intend to
dicking
hide there?
around? Ah, Doctus in a cloaking field. Joy.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised I can't sneak up on you.
There's another Ghost in the Shell reference, considering what Motoko Kusanagi was able to do.
What do you want?
I'll cut to the chase. Who are you?
Realian with orange hair.
I believe I gave you my personal data some time ago.
Can't seem to remember his name, though. Or at least she can't.
I'm not interested in that painted-over information. I want to know what you were originally made for.
What are you talking about?
Oh, are you going to pretend you don't know?
Probably.
Program Kanan, a surveillance program listed in the records of top-secret vector data. It's programmed into your mind.
Program Kanan? You're bluffing. That keyword doesn't exist in my database.
Your name is not in your
Are you going to
database?
play dumb? What is it you're trying to hide so badly?
Wait. Hold on. I really don't know. There really is a program with that name?
What I like is that his voice kind of changes from being kind of defensive to, no, wait, seriously? You're not kidding, are you?
So, they kept its functionality secret even from yourself.
And even Doctus can see that change, and it's like, oh, he doesn't know.
All right,
Huh.
I'll believe you.
What's this?
It's partial data on Program Kanan we obtained from Vector.
Okay.
If you want to confirm its validity, you'll have to do it yourself.
I don't think you'd believe it if anyone else did it anyway.
Oh, and one warning. Even if you weren't aware of the program's existence, it still affects your behavior. If you interfere with us, even if it isn't by your own will, we won't hesitate to eliminate you. Keep that in mind.
There's a threat. Intense. And with that, we get our nap time, which apparently is done in our clothes with no blanket. Such a strange thing in video games. No blankets,
Looks like it's about time.
rarely
I better hurry to the
pillows,
spaceport.
always sleeping in clothes. Kind of weird that way. Anyway, we're supposed to head to the spaceport, which is going back up the, whatever that thing is in the orbital thing to go up that really long cylinder. So I'm just going to go back over there off screen, and I will meet you up at the top there. Okay, we're back, and I've just made it all the way back to this point. Dead ahead is where we originally came in through the orbital space station up here, and this is the first guy we can talk to with the square button. If you take the right path this time, we will head toward the Durandal. And some familiar faces.
Hey, Xion, you're looking well. Looks like you're all doing good too.
Xion.
Hey, it's Jin. How's it going, Jin?
Jin? That's right, I completely forgot you were with them.
No, you didn't.
Is that any way to greet the brother you haven't seen in a while? Everyone else is already here. You know, you really should be a little more punctual.
She's late.
Yes, everyone's here now, right? Let's get started.
You haven't changed a bit, Xion. Yuli and the others are waiting. This way!
Little over exuberant there, Junior, but okay. And then they jump us up to the bridge, which is kind of weird. They could have just had everyone start meeting on the
Xion,
bridge, but
have you
oh
heard
well.
about KOS-MOS?
KOS-MOS? No.
No,
What's
she
going on?
hasn't heard yet, has she?
Committee member Mizrahi. I'll tell her. Chief, they've decided to scrap KOS-MOS.
Scrap? You can't be serious.
I'm afraid it's true.
It's hard to hear, probably considering I lower the game volume compared to my voice in editing, but you can actually hear Alan inhale, especially if you got headphones on, they're turned up loud enough. You can hear him inhale as he's waiting, you know, trying to gather the courage to say it, which I really like. It's just little tiny
They
details.
made the decision yesterday.
KOS-MOS.
It's got to be a big hit for her.
I understand how you feel, but there's no time to get depressed. I want you to listen carefully to what I'm about to say, and then make a decision. First, take a look at this.
That is
What is it?
a planet.
It's a hypersphere that appeared during a battle with Ormus. He also was swallowed by it.
Right, and now this hypersphere is beginning to shrink.
Uh-oh.
It'll likely continue to shrink to Planck scale size, and then disappear from this dimension.
That's super small,
What
but
will happen to the
not
Elsa?
getting into the details.
At this rate, it will be taken into phase space along with the hypersphere. If that happens, it'll be impossible for us to rescue them.
Then we better get
If
our
we
asses
don't
in
break
gear.
through this hypersphere, we can't rescue the Elsa.
But weapons on the Durandal or ESs don't even make a dent.
The surface of that hypersphere is connected to imaginary space. Ordinary attacks are useless against it.
Now, if you recall, imaginary space is, at least they've mentioned it kind of in passing before, potentially where the Gnosis come from, just so you can kind of get an idea of what's going on.
Its only weak spot is a part called the Klein point.
That's, I believe, in term in science. I believe it's physics, but I could be mistaken.
If we can pierce that point with a high-output weapon and reverse the space, then perhaps...
Yeah, I believe that's in Episode 1's database. It'll also be in this game's database at some point as well, whether from an update file or beyond this point, I'm
You've gotta
not
be
sure.
kidding me! How the hell can we do that?
With a big gun? There was a guy who was really big on big guns back in Xenogears. Won't we bring him in? Alright, we've already fought him twice in Xenosaga Episode 1 and then Xenosaga Episode 2.
Oh, KOS-MOS! KOS-MOS' space transfer unit!
There we go! Her tertiary weapon
Exactly.
system.
KOS-MOS' tertiary weapon system may be able to break through that hypersphere.
But KOS-MOS has been slated for scrap. How are we supposed to do this? Besides, there's no way we'll get permission to use the tertiary weapons system.
Yes, that's why I've gathered you all here. KOS-MOS is currently awaiting disposal inside the Zohar Project facility.
You're planning to steal KOS-MOS?
Excellent!
There's no other way to rescue the Elsa. I'll guide you during the infiltration. But it'll still be dangerous. It'll be up to you to decide.
I'm going. I don't care who's coming with me, I'm going.
All right, I'll do it.
Give me a stick
I
figure
can't
with a
just
sword and I'll
abandon
do it.
Elsa's crew. Or KOS-MOS.
Exactly.
Xion.
Yeah, I guess if we do him a big favor now, we'll be able to make use of it later.
Of course.
Then
Not
it's
to
settled.
mention,
We don't
Matthews
know
already
how long
owes
the
you a lot
hypersphere
anyway.
Shrinking will last. We need to begin immediately.
Sounds good.
We move tonight.
Cool.
Right. Let's get ready and...
Again?
Chief, are you all right?
What is that?
Yes, I'm fine.
Xion?
Anyone want to guess if she's fine or not?
Chief!
Not fine.
Xion!
So what are we gonna do with Shion? Hi, Alan.
Jin.
You look tired. I'll take over now. Please get some rest.
You could
No,
probably
I'm
use
fine.
it.
I'm more interested in hearing the results of her examination.
Even the medical staff here doesn't know what caused her collapse. They say it's probably exhaustion or something.
Sounds like bullshit to me, considering how many times it's happened.
She collapsed once at the hotel, too. She seems to have been busy lately, so maybe that's it.
Sounds like you're trying to convince yourself.
I see.
My episode lengths have not really been what I've wanted them to be early on in this LP. There's just so many cutscenes all at once.
How are you feeling?
And they usually end either at like 16 minutes or 30 minutes, which is rather
I'm
unfortunate.
sorry for worrying you.
Are you still working with Scientia?
Oh, you're new.
You were both working for Scientia!
Alan said you've been busy. I figured that might be it. Ever since you were little, you'd rush forward without stopping once you've set your mind on it. And never heeded my advice.
You're quite correct.
Well, it's all right, as long as you're healthy.
Which she doesn't seem to be at the moment. Do look at the bed. He did leave something behind.
Herbal remedy?
He was a doctor at one point, remember?
You could have just handed it to me, you know.
Could have, but didn't. Kind of a weird system there. It's strange
Are you feeling all right?
that this music plays into this scene as well. I don't really think it fits as well as it did in the previous scene, because that was a more intimate situation. This is out in the open.
Yes, I just needed some rest. I feel great now.
Of course you do.
I envy you.
Why?
I think anyone would. You've been true to your beliefs after you resigned from Vector, after the Gnosis terrorism.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not even really sure myself.
And here I am, still doing the same thing I always have done.
And what's
Not
that?
asking or thinking whether what I am doing is right or wrong.
Are you regretting your participation in the development of Omega?
Maybe. It's a weapon with absolute power, and no clear objective.
And no proper
And yet,
control
I'm
system.
participating in its development, so I can prove myself to society. To clear the shame from the name Mizrahi.
There we go.
Do you think KOS-MOS's very existence is dangerous too?
Shion, KOS-MOS isn't a weapon. It's probably strange for a scientist to say this, but I have a feeling that KOS-MOS possesses something very important.
Something important.
Unlike the human-based Realians, KOS-MOS is composed entirely of machines. How much real difference do you think there is between the bundles of protein that make us and the machines that compose her? We're both a wave that make up this universe. The only difference is the number of ripples.
Again, something of a trope in many sci-fi genre games, anime series, TV shows, movies, etc., is the idea of sentience for fully mechanical beings. They did many of these ideas with Data in Star Trek Next Generation, the Doctor in Voyager, and of course KOS-MOS here.
I think if we have hearts and minds, then it's evident that she would have them as well.
Do you think KOS-MOS possesses a heart?
Considering one of the final songs from episode 1 was the Japanese word for heart, maybe.
Isn't that what you wish?
Of course.
Maybe, but maybe not.
Oh?
I don't know what your thoughts and intentions were when you built her. But no matter what happens, I want you to believe in KOS-MOS. And more than anything else, you must believe the person who built her. Yourself. That's your duty as her creator.
Yuli.
Some words of wisdom.
Did Uli head back to the facility?
Yes. She said she's going to get things ready for our infiltration.
Okay, we should get started too.
And
Not much time. Stock up on anything you'll need.
Let's meet in the lobby of Shion's hotel.
okay,
We won't look suspicious meeting in town, and it's close to the facility.
sure thing.
Is that okay with you, Shion?
I don't see
Sure,
why that
that's
would be a
fine.
problem, but
Okay,
okay.
let's get moving.
Again, Junior, little overexcited here. Better check our equipment, and we have just one party member. Now, a few episodes back, oh no, never mind. I was thinking it was, yeah, never mind. I thought I screwed something up earlier, but I did not. Anyway, that's pretty much all for today. Next time we will meet back down at the hotel, and we will figure out how to proceed and where we're breaking into. And I have some of the gear I need, but I'll be able to buy some more of it later on. Anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.